will argue until the day that I die that withholding sex is not abusive and it is dangerous to label it as such. For the people that have experienced somebody withholding sex as a means to control, yes, I am going to argue semantics because abusers use words to manipulate, and so victims need clarity. The definition of withholding is to refuse to give somebody something that is due or desired. Well, when it comes to sex, it is never owed. If you respect autonomy and consent, then we all have the freedom to choose when, where, how, and how often we have sex, even when we're in a committed relationship. So the second part of the definition was desire. I desire it and they refuse to give it to me. Well, I desire my partner get me a new car. He refuses. He's withholding, and that is abusive. I hope we can agree that that sounds ridiculous. Desire alone does not equate to obligation in a relationship, and unmet desires does not equate to abuse. If I were to use the definition refusal to give something that is desired, then I 1000% withheld from my ex. I refused to give him sex after 3 days of nonstop criticism. I refused to have sex when he lied to me about money. I refused to have sex when he would tell me how horrible of a person I was. Every time I was upset because of some abusive thing that he did, something that you can find on the power and control wheel, I refused to have sex. And to the average person, especially my abuser, this was labeled as punishment. He behaved in shitty ways, so I intentionally and purposefully withheld my body. But according to Psych Central, this is manipulation. If your partner is withholding sex because you did or didn't do something, or because they don't like something that you did, this is a form of manipulation. And without caveats or nuances, abusers will hold on to a phrase like this and use it to further manipulate and control. But what's often not discussed when we speak about withholding is that I would communicate why affection was off the table. So for those of you who say that your partner doesn't communicate why affection is off the table, well, now they're stonewalling or giving you the silent treatment. So the abusive piece isn't that they are withholding affection or sex. The abusive piece is that they're using silence to control. And if your partner does blatantly say, I'm not having sex with you until X, Y, or Z, well, now that's coercion and threats. So the abusive piece isn't withholding sex. The abusive piece is the coercion and threats. And let's not forget that not wanting to have sex is a natural consequence when you're with somebody who is mean to you, who yells at you, who puts you down, who is emotionally unsafe, and who violates your autonomy. So again, it's not the withholding of sex that is abusive. It's all the shit around it. So can we collectively agree to stop saying withholding sex is the abusive piece?